Okay. So today we are going to start with 1D heat transfer. So this is 5th unit. So we will complete this unit just in 2 or maybe 3 lectures, not more than that. Okay, so already a lot of things we have gone through. So stiffness matrix. K in case of heat transfer. So okay, let it be. So I can say A, and this may be a small k by E 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay, where A is area. Okay, so if not given, okay, consider 1 unit square. Okay, whatever the unit mm, centimeter or meter, whatever the unit you are trying to solve, that unit square you take it. And small k is conductivity. AE by L, sorry, not E. Okay, so it is AE by L, and where L is length of element. Okay, so Q is synonymous to force at its flows. So force also flows from one point to another. Okay, and temperature is synonymous to displacement, as it is a property of location. Okay, so if you think this, then I could write KQ equal to F. This is my FEM equation that will be converted into K. Okay, Q is what my displacement basically. So it becomes KT. Okay, so Q here in this case is displacement. Here in this case Q is heat transfer. Okay, so KT equal to, I write A into Q dot. Okay, where Q is equal to A into Q dot, and Q dot is heat flux. Okay, so just let me know up to this it is clear. Okay, so we'll try to solve few numericals. Okay, so there is a gypsum whose conductivity is 0.05 watts per meter per degree Celsius. Okay, this is the conductivity of gypsum. Okay, and then there is a fiber glass. Okay, that is equal to K2 equal to 0.0332. Okay, so K2 equal to 0.0332 watts per meter square per degree Celsius. And then I have a concrete. That is K3. So it is K1. 1.2 watts per meter square. 1.2 watts per meter square per degree Celsius. Okay. No, it's sorry, watts per meter only. So I'm not from heat transfer background. Okay. So watts per meter per degree Celsius. There, so what is there basically? There is a wall. It is a composite wall. Okay. And this is K1, this is K2, and this is K3. Okay. Now let's see what are the displacement. 1, 5, and 15. Okay. So this is 1 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter, and this is 15 centimeter. So I can consider these are my limits. Okay. So this is node 1, node 2, node 3, and node 4. So this distance is 1 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter, and this is 15 centimeter. Okay. Now let's assume temperature at this location 0 degree Celsius, and let's assume temperature at this location 50 degree Celsius. Okay. So at node 1 and node 4 temperatures are there, and we want to find out the temperature distribution and what is the net heat transfer. Okay, that is what is the objective. So this is quite clear. Okay, so I can call this as element 1, I can call this as element 2, and I can call this as element 3. So for element 1, okay, my K1 will be equal to A into conductivity. Okay, and that conductivity of gypsum is 0.05. So 0.05 divided by L. So now you have to convert L into meters. Okay, it is given in centimeter. 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. And from connectivity table, I can say this is 1 2 1 2. Okay, and let's call this parameter maybe as C1. Similarly, I can have K2 as A into, so if A is not given already, I say consider it to be 1 unit square. So you can take A as a 1, no problem. Okay. So per unit area we will be calculating, and then of course area is known, we can say heat transfer, or either we can get the heat flux. One of them we will get. So I can call this as a C1 parameter. A you can consider to be 1. So next conduct value is 0.0332. So it is 0.0332 upon length of element 2, here length of element 1. I can call this as a C2. This will be 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, and from the connectivity table I get 2 3 2 3. Similarly, I get K3 equal to A into the conductivity of third is 1.2. So 1.2 divided by length of element 3, and I can call this as a C3, and this will be 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, and from connectivity table I can say this is 3 4 3 4. Okay, now I can go for assembly of global stiffness matrix, and that will be C1 minus C1 minus C1, C1 plus C2 minus C2 minus C2, then it will be C2 plus C3, so I need 4, then minus C3 minus C3, and here in this case I will require C3. Okay, so this will be 0 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, so 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4. So this is my global stiffness matrix, and it will be multiplied with the temperature T1, T2, T3 and T4, and that will be equal to A into Q1 dot, A into Q2 dot, A into Q3 dot, and A into Q4 dot. So A into Q1 dot and Q4 dot represents the application of the force. Okay, so here in this case this is the Q1 dot. So what kind of heat transfer I am going to apply, and here in this case this will be Q4 dot. What kind of heat transfer I am going to apply? Similarly, Q3 dot and Q2 dot will be there. So additionally I can supply the heat, or heat is, because heat is supplied, there is a temperature variation. So presently we are aware of there is a temperature variation. Now I have been given the value of T1 to be 0 degrees Celsius and T4 to be 50 degrees Celsius. So as we know, in case of elimination approach, since these values are known, okay, since these values are known, I can go with the elimination approach. Okay, but one more important thing is that can I go with elimination approach directly? Okay, for 0 I can go, but for this there is a problem. Okay, so I'll just check out this. First this will be eliminated. First column I will eliminate. Okay, because this is known. Okay, and minus C1 into 0 will be 0. So this is C1 into 0 will be 0. Correct. Now here in this case, when I want to eliminate this, okay, here in this case, this minus C3 into 50, this factor will go on right hand side. So plus C3 into 50. So this factor will go on right hand side because this is not 0. No, just a moment. I am not multiplying with that. C3 will be multiplied to T3. Okay, I can do directly elimination. There is no issue. Just a moment. So okay. So this is not the case. So basically when I eliminate this, so this is going to get eliminated, minus C3. So this into T1, C2 into T2, C2 plus C3 into T3, and C3 into T4. So this value is known to me, minus C3 into T4, and therefore it is going to come plus C3 into 50. Okay, so this minus C3 I cannot eliminate it, because this into T4. So you can see this into this, this into this, this into this, and this into this. But this is not 0. This is not, T4 is not 0. So therefore I cannot do the elimination. It is a positive number. So to make this to 0, this minus C3 into 50, that will go on this side. So here in this case it is minus C3, so it will go on this side, so it becomes positive. Now this I can eliminate it, because this terminology now does not remain here. Okay, so now because of this I have the two equations. This is the first equation and this is the second equation. Okay, so I can just write this C1 plus C2 into T2 minus C2 into T3. Okay, and this A is 1. Okay, already we have considered this A to be 1. So, and Q2 dot, I did not apply it externally, so therefore this will be 0. And Q3 dot, this will be also 0. There is no applied. But Q1 dot and Q4 dot will exist. Why? Because T1 is known to me and T4 is known to me. So anywhere condition is known to me, there exists a reaction. So if you remember, if I put this value of displacement 0, then there exists a reaction. If I put the displacement value 0 here, then there exists a reaction. So similarly here in this case, T1 is 0, so therefore this will exist and this will stand as a reaction. T4 is 50, so 0 or 50, it is known, therefore Q4 dot will exist. So here in this case, this will be 0. Then what I will have? C2 into T2 and then C2 plus C3, this will be plus, okay, and it will be into T3 and is equal to, this terminology will come C3 into 50. Now C1, C2 and C3, this value you can easily calculate it. So these are the values of C1, C2 and C3. Okay, you can put down this value and solve this equation and then let me know what is the value of T2 and what is the value of T3. Okay, solved it. Good. Finally, Arohi did come back. So anybody could confirm her values? Everybody is getting different answer. Anybody else? Yeah. So I got a two confirmation. So I will go with the Arohi and Kunal's result. Okay. So you can verify this. There is no issue, and this is more appropriate as 46.58886 is more closer to 50 degrees Celsius. Okay, and 5.46 is more closer to 0 degrees Celsius. So I can consider this to be one of the better solution. Later on, you can also verify this answer. So T2 I am coming as 5.4614 and T3 to be 46.5866. Okay, so now it's time to find out the reaction. So I just use this portion, so I don't have to scroll down. Okay, so C1 into T1, so T1 is 0, and then C2 into minus C1. So minus C1 is equal to A Q1 dot. Okay, C1 into what? T2. So A is 1 unit. So you can get Q1 dot here. Okay. Similarly, for A4, minus C3 into T3. So minus C3 into T3 plus C3 into T4 is equal to A into Q4 dot. So from this I can get the Q4 dot. So try to get these two values, please. Okay, so it is 27.307 minus, and what will be other value then? Other value, two values different. Anybody could confirm this value for Q4? Okay, so 27.307. Okay, so fine, these are the answers. Okay, so you can consider this to be answer. Okay, so Q1 dot is negative because the direction we assumed of Q1 is in this way. If you remember what I did, I applied the Q1 in this direction and Q4 in this direction. So Q1 direction is reverse. So it is obvious that this is 0 degree Celsius. So it is going to flow from 4 to 1. So its direction will be reverse. Okay, so no issue. Okay, now what we do, same problem we are going to take. So now I am going to apply the different boundary conditions. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you will be able to understand what is happening. So I apply a Q1 dot here in this case 15 watts per meter per degree Kelvin. Okay, meter square. So 15 watts per meter square per degree. No, 15 watts per meter square only. Okay, heat flux is watts and per unit square is per meter square. Q1 dot. So this is what is going to flow, and let's consider the temperature at this location. I call this as a T4, that is given to us as 40 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the only here in this case boundary condition is going to change. Okay, so previously the temperature was given to us. Now here in this case we have given the how much force is applied. Okay, no location of displacement or temperature is given to us. So I can go with the assembly. So it is 4 by 4 C1 minus C1 minus C1 C1 plus C2 minus C2 minus C2 C2 plus C3 minus C3 minus C3 C3 0 0 0 0 0. Okay, and now here in this case temperature T1 which is unknown to me, temperature T2 unknown to me, temperature T3 this is also unknown to me, but this is known to me as 40 degrees Celsius. And now my force condition which I have applied. So here in this case I do apply 15 watts into area. Okay, then I have a Q2 dot into area, so this is 0, Q2 is 0. Q3 dot into area, so Q3 dot is also 0, and Q4 dot into A, so Q4 dot will exist because this is known to me. Okay, so Q4 dot will exist, it's a part of reaction. And now I go with the elimination approach. So this row will be get cancelled, and this column will also will get cancelled. But to cancel this column, this element need to be taken care. So 0 into T1, C2 into T2, C2 plus C3 into T3, and minus C3 into 40. So since 40 is not 0, I cannot just eliminate this. So C3 into 40, that will go on the right hand side, here in this case C3 into 40, and now I can eliminate this column and D. Okay, so that is not going to change for me. Now what happens here in this case, I will get C1 into T1 minus C1 into T2 is equal to 15, as A I have taken as a 1 unit. Okay, then minus C1 T1 plus C1 plus C2 into T3, not T3, T2, T2 minus C2 into T3 is equal to 0, and then I'll be having minus C2 into T2 plus C2 plus C3 into T3 is equal to C3 into 40. So these are the three sets of equation, okay, which you can solve. And now just let me know the values of T1, T2 and T3. Okay, start doing. Okay, anybody could confirm these values? Okay, so I am getting a value of 67.4653. Okay, then I'm getting a 64.4653, and then I'm getting 41.1875 degrees Celsius. Okay, great. So this is what we are getting it. So now it's time to find out Q4 dot. So A into Q4 dot, where A is 1, that will be equal to, so this C3 into minus C3 into T3, this, and then C3 into 40, so which is known to me, C3 into 40, it will be equal to Q4 dot. So from this you can get Q4 dot. Okay, so sorry, Q4 dot is equal to, so what is this value? Minus 15. Okay, watts per meter square. Okay, accepted. Okay, so net heat balance, if you do it, so it's the way to do it. Okay, so now the next problem we are going to discuss, and I'm going to give you some time to think on it. Okay, so node 1, node 2, node 3, and this is node 4. So 4, 3, 2, 1. So these are the nodes. So now we apply Q1 dot of 15 watts per meter square. Now what I say, here the convective boundary exists. Okay, and ambient temperature is, let us say, 30 degrees Celsius. That is my ambient temperature. Okay, and overall heat transfer coefficient does exist here. So just let me check the value of overall heat transfer coefficient. So it is 15 watts per meter square per degree Celsius. So it is 15 watts per meter square per degree Celsius. So this is the value of H. So now here in this case, the additional boundary condition is being applied. So it is pretty similar to penalty approach. Okay, it is pretty similar to a penalty approach. So now you can think about this penalty approach, what you could do it about this, and try to formulate this. Okay, so tomorrow I'm also having a lecture at 3 p.m. Okay, so at that time we will try to solve. So provided that before that you can try to solve at your own. Okay, so that's for the today's day.